Mushoku Tensei Wholesome Facts Compilation.
Did you know that Eris once imagined if Rudeus only married her, perhaps Eris would be much happier? If Eris were the first one to marry Rudeus, she might not allow him to have other wives and surely thinks that she would be happier because she would spend time with Rudeus without any disturbance. However, Eris is reconsidering. Is that what she truly wants? Is that what she desires? Because if the others weren't there, then there would be no C giving her a towel when she's tired from training, no Lara whom she has to force to take a bath, no Sylphiette helping her with laundry, and also no Roxy assisting with household chores. Just thinking about it becomes difficult for Eris. In other words, they are the ones who make Eris's life more complete, especially seeing all the children grow. Is her happiness? Eris might be happier if she were alone with Rudeus, but their presence is what fulfills Eris's life. Did you know that Rudeus will always see Roxy as his sensei, and similarly, Roxy will always regard Rudeus not only as her husband but also as someone fragile in need of comfort. Upon reuniting with Rudeus on the Greyrat continent, Roxy was stunned. She even found herself addressing Rudeus with the honorific Rudeus son, which disappointed him. Initially, Roxy thought that he had become a tall, handsome, and dependable man. However, after witnessing his breakdown following the loss of Paul, she realized that the Rudeus she thought had changed remained the same fragile little Rudy she once nurtured and mentored in the past. After their marriage, they consistently provided comfort to each other as needed. Rudeus, with his fragile mentality, was consistently comforted by Roxy, while she, in her moments of weakness, was always comforted by Rudeus. This is why, in the dark timeline where Rudeus lost Roxy, he felt as though he were losing everything. Even in his dying moments, as he ages and becomes forgetful, Rudeus's ears still catch the echo of Roxy's voice, and he utters her name, Sensei, with reverence. In that fleeting moment, Roxy's heart swells with old memories, as if transported back to the days when she mentored Rudy. After Roxy comforted Rudeus's grief over Paul's death and helped him move forward, Rudeus asked her if she would consider joining the Greyrat family as his second wife. However, before that, Rudeus must obtain Sylphie's permission. After returning from the Greyrat continent, Rudeus gathered the entire family to explain the heartbreaking details of Paul's demise and Zenith's current vegetative state. As he recounted all the events, Norn was deeply affected, especially upon hearing about Paul's passing. With a heavy heart, Rudeus broached the final topic. As tension filled the room, Roxy, feeling the weight of the situation, decided it was best to leave. In this critical moment, Sylphie stepped in, displaying her empathy and understanding towards Roxy's feelings and the complexities of their situation. Roxy and Sylphie shared a heartfelt moment, realizing they had a common ground and a newfound connection in their love for Rudeus. They understood that their emotions were entangled in a delicate web, but they both cared deeply for him. With Sylphie's acceptance, Roxy felt reassured that her presence wouldn't disrupt the family's harmony. Did you know that Sylphie has earned the title Goddess of Love for a reason? When she realized how important Roxy was to Rudeus, instead of rejecting her, she warmly welcomed Roxy as Rudeus's second wife. The same warm welcome was given to Eris. Sylphie encouraged both of them, suggesting that they unite as his wives to make Rudeus happy. Not only her love for Rudeus, but her heartfelt acceptance of both Roxy and Eris, along with her love for all children, truly embodies the goddess of love as they all treat each other's children as their own. For example, on a memorable occasion, Sylphie shielded Christina from a fake Nanahoshi encounter. On Lucy's first day of school, Sylphie became upset when Rudeus doubted her. She wanted Rudeus to trust their daughter. During Seek's jobless nights as Cheddar Man, Sylphie stayed awake, not sleeping, to ensure he got home safely. And before Lara's journey, Sylphie gave her some recipes to ensure she eats healthily. In the end, it was Sylphie's love that brought them all together, creating a joyful family. She is the reason they can all live happily together. Did you know that each of Rudeus's wives has her unique way of supporting him? In Sylphie's way, she excels at comforting and supporting Rudeus from behind. Sylphie relies more on her emotions to support him, which is why Rudeus calls her the goddess of love. On the other hand, Roxy tends to rely on her knowledge to guide Rudeus and aid in his growth. With her experience and wisdom, she manages to support Rudeus both in the forefront and behind, earning her the title of the goddess of wisdom. Eris, in her own way, prefers to physically support Rudeus from the front. She is willing to protect him, even if it means risking her own life. Since Eris is not adept at verbal expression, she relies on her physical swordsmanship to support Rudeus, earning her the title of the goddess of war. In summary, while Sylphie uses her emotions to support Rudeus from behind, Eris uses her physical strength to support him from the front. And lastly, Roxy employs her knowledge and experience to support him from both behind and in the forefront. Rudeus is not just surrounded by wives, he is embraced by the love, wisdom, and strength they offer. Did you know that all of Rudeus' wives treat and care for the children as if they were their own? They do not show favoritism to any child. Even though each gave birth to different ones, every child receives equal love and discipline. Sylphiette, who embodies the essence of a nurturing mother, dedicated herself to raising all of Rudeus' children since they were young, as she was always at home. Eris ensures discipline among the children. Whenever they make mistakes or misbehave, Eris promptly administers punishment, often spanking their buttocks to teach them a lesson. Additionally, Eris improves their combat skills, trains them in physical activities like swordsmanship, horse riding, and frequently takes the children outside the house for walks. Whenever the kids need help or advice, Roxy is always there for them, guiding and supporting them through challenges and doubts, as she is the mother of wisdom. They also regard each mother as their own, referring to them as Red Mama, Blue Mama, and White Mama. With each mother's unique touch, they raise the children as one. Did you know that in a bonus story presented in manga form, there's a sweet scene among Rudeus and his wives? After Rudeus exhausts himself working hard, he falls asleep in the living room. Sylphiette, seeing Rudeus sound asleep, covers him with a blanket and gives him a kiss. Roxy, noticing Rudeus in deep slumber, also kisses him. Both of Rudeus's wives give him kisses as loving spouses. And finally, Eris, initially searching for Rudeus but finding him fast asleep, also gives him a kiss. Unlike the other two, as a devoted husband, Eris then carries him to a more comfortable place, which is the bedroom. Rudeus is truly blessed to have two adoring wives and one unwavering husband by his side.
Did you know that Aisha already considered Rudeus as her own grandson? Over time, their relationship has transformed into more of a nephew and aunt dynamic. Aisha consistently offers guidance to Rudeus, providing him with valuable advice even in explicit cases. At times, she even feels proud of Rudeus' accomplishments and often indirectly watches over him. For instance, when Rudeus was about to assist Zanoba in the Sharon Kingdom, Aisha asked Roxy to keep an eye on him, especially considering his fragile mental state. Additionally, she requested Ghislaine to ensure the safety of both Rudeus and Sylphiette while assisting Ariel in obtaining the throne in Asura. Despite her initial attempts to seduce Rudeus when they first met, their relationship ends up being oddly wholesome. Did you know that every time Eris made a mistake and lost her manners, Sylphiette would always be able to reprimand her? When Rudeus married Eris, he was concerned that she wouldn't get along with his other wives, especially Sylphiette. Fortunately, after Eris joined the family, their relationship evolved into more of a sibling dynamic. Whenever Eris made a mistake, Sylphiette would scold her like a younger sister. For example, when Eris ate misili, Sylphiette chided her to mind her manners. Eris would always reply with "I understand," despite not truly understanding at all.
Did you know that despite her tender age, Lucy has already embraced the role of a caring big sister? Whenever Lara or Ars feels upset, Lucy promptly rushes over to comfort them. When Sieg was just a baby, she often tended to him and quickly fetched Lilia or Aisha if he began crying. In instances where Lara encounters bullying from other kids, Lucy wastes no time in confronting the situation head-on. When Ars causes trouble, Lucy takes it upon herself to scold him, helping him understand the consequences of his actions. Interestingly, she also treats Clive as her younger brother, despite the fact that he's technically her half-great uncle. Rudeus is genuinely amazed by his daughter's behavior. Lucy not only proves to be a loving sister, but also sets an exceptional example for her siblings, earning their admiration and respect. Did you know that when Claire first met Lara, she felt uneasy due to Lara's lack of manners? Among all Rudeus's children, Lara's behavior bothered Claire the most, even from the beginning. As each child introduced themselves to her, Lara was already picking her nose in front of Claire. However, as days passed, Claire's perception of Lara changed. Lara successfully found a valuable necklace that Claire's husband had given her, which had been lost for a long time. Lara conveyed that this was a way of repaying Claire for the toad that she had cooked for her. She mentioned that she received the information from Zenith, and with the help of Leo. As a result, their relationship started to change, becoming closer. Claire began giving Lara more snacks, and she gained a bit of weight. Despite Lara's mischievous nature, she turned out to be a good child. Eventually, Claire asked Roxy to take care of dear Lara. Did you know that Lara is closer to her grandmother than to her parents? Both Zenith and Lara possess telepathic abilities. Lara inherited hers from her racial traits, while Zenith acquired hers through unique Miko powers. Lara loves to be with Zenith and engages in conversations through telepathy. They are often seen together, despite family members like Lucy finding them odd, because they appear to chat while remaining silent. Zenith at least has someone to converse with, and that's her dear granddaughter. Did you know that Norn felt immense pressure whenever her strict grandmother, Claire, urged her to outshine Aisha? Claire hoped Norn would showcase a talent worthy of the Lateria family's honor. However, Norn's limited abilities resulted in repeated failures, prompting stern scoldings from Claire. This pressure makes Norn resent her own grandmother. However, behind all of Claire's actions pressuring Norn, her true motivation is to shield her granddaughter from constant mockery by Aisha. Claire cannot tolerate her own granddaughter being consistently belittled by a stranger's child. She simply wishes for Norn to prove that she is not deserving of such disrespect. After Rudeus beat up Paul, Norn strongly believed that Rudeus had harmed their father. Even though she didn't fully understand the situation, she blames Rudeus. But Paul insists it was a misunderstanding and explains that Rudeus had rough journey. Unfortunately, Norn perceives Rudeus as having a negative influence on their father, which leads her to deeply despise her own brother. As time passed, Norn faced constant torment from her younger sister, Aisha, who excelled in everything. Aisha's constant mockery made Norn feel inadequate and fueled their discord. Didn't stop there. She also faced pressure from her strict grandmother, who expected her to possess a talent worthy of the Latria family's honor. However, Norn's lack of talent led to failures and scoldings from her grandmother, deepening her resentment. In the academy, she had to face the reality that her brother was highly respected at school. The constant comparisons to her brother deeply hurt Norn, causing her to skip school and isolate herself in her room.
Did you know that in episode 11 of season 2, Rudeus tells Sylphie that he would even bring down the flying castle for her? Interestingly, this moment turns out to be a foreshadowing event in the light novel's volume 23. When Sylphie gives birth to her second child, Sieg, who has green hair, concerns arise because he could potentially be a reincarnation of Laplace, a demon that Perugius despises the most. Despite Orsted's assurance that Sieg isn't Laplace, there remains a possibility that Orsted could be wrong. In response to this, Rudeus reiterates the same quote about bringing down Perugius's castle to Sylphie once again. He declares that if Orsted is wrong, he'll protect Sieg, even if he has to bring the floating fortress crashing down to do it.
フィッツ先輩の頼みなら空飛ぶ城だって落としてみせますよ。
ルディったら僕に何人産ませたいの？そしたら僕もクスって笑ってたくさんしてね。なんて言っちゃって。
Fun fact about Mushoku Tensei Part 134. Did you know that Sylphie's cute delusion act isn't a what-I'm occurrence? Sometimes, when Rudeus flirts with Sylphie, she tends to overreact afterward. For instance, after Rudeus bit her ear and suggested they play for 7 rounds, Sylphie became ecstatic. She squeaked, rolled on her bed, hugged a pillow, and her legs flopped about, rolling back and forth like an adolescent girl, exclaiming,
Rudeus bit my ear, and said 7 times a night, what's going to happen to me? I'll be messed up like our first time. What do I do? Lucy, you might have a new sibling too.
Moreover, when Sylphie dreamt about a child being chased by shadows and a man appeared to save her, she assumed that the child was herself being saved by Rudeus. Upon realizing this, Sylphie squeaked and rolled on her bed as well. In those moments, Rudeus claims that she doesn't seem like a mother but becomes super adorable. Fun fact about Mushoku Tensei Part 207. Did you know that despite initially harboring resentment towards Rudeus, Norn eventually grows to feel jealous of the attention Rudeus showers upon Aisha once they reconcile? After reconciling with Rudeus, Norn secretly yearns for the same affection from her brother. When Rudeus finds himself in a situation where both Roxy and Sylphie are too exhausted to sleep with him, he decides not to further burden them by engaging in any intimate activities. However, unable to suppress his desires while remaining with them, Rudeus chooses to sleep elsewhere. He then invites Aisha to join him, triggering Norn's tsundere side as she becomes jealous, eventually leading her to agree to sleep together with them. Consequently, the three of them end up sleeping together, with Norn and Aisha using Rudeus's arms as their pillows, drifting into peaceful slumber. On another occasion, Rudeus plants a kiss on Norn's forehead, causing her face to flush. As she gently wipes away the mark, Rudeus can't help but think about how incredibly adorable Norn is.
Did you know that in her life, there's one thing that made Eris feel incredibly proud and satisfied with her achievement? It's not about being a great swordsman or anything like that, but rather being Rudeus's husband, wife. There is nothing else that makes Eris so proud other than being Rudeus's wife. With joy, she proudly declares her status as Rudeus's wife, even though she is his third wife.
Did you know that despite Orsted possessing vast knowledge from his world and gaining extensive experience through countless loops, he remains innocent to the terms and concepts Rudeus creates based on his previous world? If Rudeus frequently inquires about things he didn't know to Orsted. Similarly, Orsted will also ask Rudeus about something he doesn't know. This is because Rudeus also originates from a different world. Therefore, every time Rudeus coins terms that seem strange and unconventional, Orsted will seek to understand them and innocently inquire about them from Rudeus. At one point, Rudeus created a term a character named Cheddarman. Orsted heard the term during a conversation between Seagart and Alexander. Orsted then asked Rudeus, "What is Cheddarman?" To which Rudeus replied that it is a fictional hero character he created as a bedtime story for his children. He described Cheddarman as a cheese-themed hero who defeats villains and offers pieces of his own cheese head to hungry children, substituting the red bean paste found in his world with cheese. Orsted then learned something new.
Did you know that after the teleport incident, Zenith awakens her Miko power during her time with Rudeus in Militian? Another Miko with the ability to read memories tells Rudeus about Zenith's feelings after the teleport incident. The Miko dives into Zenith's mind to explore her memories. Before the teleport incident, Zenith always thought about Rudeus. When they were apart, she would wonder if he ate well or slept well, constantly concerned about him. However, after the teleport incident, her thoughts turned dark and empty for a few years. The Miko of memory was unable to access her memories during that time, but when Zenith wakes up, it is revealed that she experienced life in a constant dream-like state. While it genuinely happened, she felt like all she experienced was a dream. She dreamt that her husband Paul had died, that Rudeus had children and created a family, and all her daily life depicted how happy Zenith was living with them. Upon hearing that, Rudeus was almost moved to tears, realizing that despite her empty demeanor, Zenith still viewed the world with affection. The Miko of memories also revealed to Rudeus that she had awakened her Miko power, specifically the ability of telepathy. Despite being unable to act like her old self, Zenith is still able to communicate with Lara thanks to her Miko power.
Did you know that Rudeus and his wives encountered giant bird monsters in the Divine Continent? Under Perugia's command, they embarked on a journey to bring Sieg to the shrine. However, just as they were about to arrive, they were confronted by a monster known as Gigantic Jaw. They quickly formed a strategy to defeat the monster. Rudeus took charge of organizing the battle, while his wives led the front lines. Rudeus supported them from the rear, carrying Sieg on his back. Together, they managed to corner the monster with Eris' longsword of light skills, and Rudeus' stone cannon magic delivering the finishing blow. However, just when Rudeus was confident that he hadn't let his guard down, he felt a warm attack from behind. Sieg had suddenly started peeing on Rudeus' back. Rudeus couldn't believe his own son would do such a thing. He then asked Sylphiette to tell Lucy and the others that he loved them all and to take care of each other as siblings, as their old man would be joining their grandfather while having a cup of tea in heaven. Sylphiette then interrupted, telling him not to be so dramatic. Rudeus felt annoyed that he couldn't finish his monologue. Did you know that before the unfortunate event, Ars and Aisha shared a truly wholesome relationship? To Ars, Aisha was like a big sister, always there to cheer him on, even in times of mistakes. Unlike his mother's, Aisha remained calm and patient, offering understanding and support. Initially, Aisha treated Ars as her little brother, feeling immense pride in his achievements among all her nephews. Whenever Ars accomplished something, Aisha genuinely shared in his joy, while Ars' mother cautioned him against making mistakes. Aisha took a different approach. She allowed Ars to make mistakes, guiding him to realize and learn from them, making it easier for him to understand and grow. Interestingly, Aisha had fallen in love with Ars since he was a baby because he reminded her of Rudeus. Unfortunately, as time passed, Aisha's feelings toward Ars gradually spiraled out of control. The same happened for Ars, turning their relationship into something more and ultimately leading to that event.
Did you know that Aisha is already aware that Rudeus is from another world? During his search for Aisha and Ars in a dilapidated small hut, Rudeus discovered Aisha heavily pregnant and in a pitiful state. They then began a heartfelt conversation. Rudeus explains that his past actions were more disgraceful, disturbing, and unforgivable than her situation with Ars. Therefore, he strongly rejects her relationship with Ars due to his disturbing past experiences in his previous life. To Rudeus' surprise, Aisha revealed she had long been aware of his origins from a different realm. Over time, she had gleaned this information from overhearing his conversations with Nanahoshi and Orsted. This realization becomes even clearer after Rudeus' own admission. After hearing Rudeus' full story from another world, Aisha confronted him, urging him to share his truth openly, and insisting that he had nothing to be ashamed of. She emphasized that despite his past, he remained an extraordinary individual, having tirelessly strived for happiness in this new world. With newfound clarity and resolve, they conclude their conversation and reconcile, and Rudeus finally brings Aisha and Ars back to their home. Did you know that, despite Lara constantly teasing and pranking Sieg, they share an unexpected unexpectedly close bond. Among all of Rudeus's children, Sieg and Lara seem to have the strongest connection, even though Lara consistently refers to him as stupid due to his obsession with being Cheddarman, and Sieg regards her as messy, rough, and peculiar, leading a somewhat crude lifestyle, and always seeming annoyed by her pranks. They still stick together in all circumstances. Moreover, despite Lara being aware of Sieg's secrets, she firmly refuses to reveal them to anyone. This is what makes Sieg feel comfortable being with her. Unfortunately, before Sieg departs on his journey, Lara tells him that no matter what happens, they're still family. This hints that in the future, they might have to face each other due to the influence of Hitogami.